Good afternoon, everybody. Today we are going to be doing some review of PSD tool, or more commonly referred to as PSD web tool as well. So PSD tool is the pulse of the True Commerce Network. So I just wanted to take a few minutes and get you familiar with what PSD tool does and how to search it. So when you search up in this upper right-hand corner up here, I'm searching for ACS Industries. I click enter, I get a couple of returns. One is a trading partner, one is a production customer, and one is their test environment. So this is their production environment, and this would be their test environment. So let's go ahead and go to their production environment. All right, you can see that this customer has 3 EDI IDs highlighted here, and their qualifiers to the left. Also their profile ID, which is the number associated to them for Transaction Manager. The status, they're active and not inactive, so that's good to see. Any profile notes or important information will be located here, such as this customer is using our cloud FTP, and this is their username and password. This is a mapped customer, meaning they're using Transaction Manager to trade with their trading partners. And if you begin to scroll down here, you'll see BSPs. BSP stands for Business System Plugin, and you can see the various versions as you scroll down. You can see this customer has a lot of iterations and updates and versions to their integration, which you can see the most recent one was completed on 5/18 at 8:55. Let's go ahead and scroll back up. And most importantly, let's go ahead and go to the Transactions tab. Transactions tab allows you to search for whatever transaction specifically you want to search for a customer. For example, you can drill down to the relationship level, which will also provide the Relationships tab here. And you can filter based on that. So let's go ahead and choose Auto Live. We'll leave transaction type, transaction ID, and everything else alone. We'll just make sure we set the status to any, so that we return any errors or unsuccessful transactions. Let's go ahead and do a search. You're going to get returns for January 5th through today in the active queue. There's 1,100 and some transactions here. If you click the processing queue, you could see transactions that are currently processing or coming onto the network in real time. And if you click the archive, you can see archive transactions that were created previous to January 4th or January 5th of this year. And that would be down here in archive. So just make sure you have archive, processing, or active selected, depending on what kind of transactions you're looking for. Now, say I wanted to drill down a little bit further and I only want to see all ASNs. I can search the 856 ASN, click search, and get my return. 204 transactions within these dates provided here. Transaction ID can be used for a PO number or a document number. You also can search by date, as you can see here, or if you have a control number, or if you have a log ID from a failed transaction. You can search specific EDI IDs for the customer. And you can search in, out, or both directions of the transactions. And then from left to right here, you're just going to see the details of the transactions. This is the log ID. This will return a search if you copy and paste this information into NetSuite. Date and timestamp of the transaction, the sender of the transaction, the receiver, the transaction type, the number of transactions within the envelope, whether or not it was sent with a production or a test qualifier. And then you've also got control numbers, and then related acknowledgement control numbers for 997s. And then your in data, that is before the data is passed to the partner. And then you also have the out data, which is the data that is passed to the partner. So the left in this example is the in data. The out is the data, the right is the out data. You can see that this data looks different than the data on the right, and as it should. It's before the data hits our maps and the tokens match against it to make sure that we send the transaction in the exact EDI format. Also, you can see that trading network errors is lit up here. That means there's a failure from some way, either sender or receiver, based on the transaction and based on the trading partner. Active sessions, of course, those active sessions, if any users are logged in, and you can go ahead and click log off after you select a loser here to go ahead and boot them out of the system should you see fit. So that's just a quick overview today of how to search transactions within PSD Tool. Thanks, have a great day.